we got another one of these coming in. I did accidentally push the button already. Why is that? I don't know what I just did. Why am I stuck? There we go. We got Recursion level 2 is the last one of JavaScript before we switch coding languages. Let's go. I forgot to change my mouse again. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. Alright. Oh, I did not grab my drink. It's fine. Alright, so we got write a recursive function that counts the number of recurring digits and the number represented as a string. Example 9 in 5 9 2 3 4 9 equals 2. Expected output to hint use parse int and dot slice. I'm opening my TV show. Alright, we're gonna do if in dot length equal to 0. Turn 0. That is just making sure if the string is empty. Alright, I need string.num. Oops, or string.num. Constant first equals parse int. There we go. I'm not on this episode. We're on that episode. We're not even that far, but maybe we're just gonna skip the end of that episode. Only a whole lot of people die in that episode. Watching solo leveling, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Equals first. Oops. I am. It? What are you mad about? That is a function. What?
bruh.
Forgot that. Alright. So basically what we did is the parse int right here converts the first character into a number, and then the slice gives you the rest of the string, which the recursive reduces the problem size by one character each time, so it goes all the way through, and it stops when it's empty. Alright, we got write a recursive function that removes all letters that occur more than once. Example, abracadabra, ABRCD. So we're going to do if I got something in my eye. Alright. I forgot 0. Oh, it's in the wrong order. I'm gonna have to rearrange the order. He lost. Trying to figure out how to flip that. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that didn't work. Thank you, Hunter Song. basically, what I just did is, if it's 0, it's blank, just like before. You take the first character with the string, you take the rest of it with the slice, and then if this just basically checks if it already has it, it'll just skip to the next character, and then this part just makes sure it keeps them in order to make sure it doesn't reorganize them like it did before. Write a recursive function to merge, sort, an array. Anyway, you were holding back earlier. So hi. He's experiencing his emotions. He's anxious. That makes 2 of us. I can't spell. Upgrade. Mutilation. Beautiful. So basically, we take the split. We split it to divide the array into halves until each piece has an element, and then we merge the two elements here and here, and then I take the smaller one until both are empty. Beautiful. Coding is a little difficult, but its basic concept is easy. Excuse me. Write a recursive function that searches for an item in an array using binary search and returns found exclamation point if the item is found otherwise. It returns -1, assume the array is already sorted. Run away, run away. In order to survive, I must just run away. I don't know why I keep tapping target. Yikes. So basically, we pick the middle of the current range of what is given to us, and then if the target is smaller in the left half or larger in the right half. If the target is smaller in the left half and larger in the right half. Let me just skip through the intro. There we go. The range becomes, it measures which side's bigger and smaller, and then it returns -1 if it's invalid. Classic binary search. Write a recursive function to get to the greatest common divisor of two numbers. Example 812 equals 4, input 812, output is 4. Do if. What do you mean? How would it say for? I'm blind. Right, workable hunting. Either not too job, but not as important for me. Just me. Gross. Favorable impounding. I've been selling mean. Basically, all we did is excuse me. Making sure the two numbers do not change as we replace a larger number, and then making sure it doesn't equal 0. Write a recursive function that finds the lowest common multiple of two numbers. Assume the numbers are greater than or equal to 2. So example 10, 15 equals 30. 10, 15 equals expect output 30. Thank you so much. Underrated character of the day. Alright, so basically what we do is we start with I equals 1. We check A times I to make sure if it is divisible by B found in LCM, and if it is not recursively, we try the I plus 1. Basically checking if it is divisible by 15 to equal whatever. Dude, I'm yawning, man. God, I did it again. Alright, write a recursive function that checks if a number is prime or not. Example 3 false, input 3 false, etc. Dang right. Ooh. Lvl1. I hate it. I forgot the other 2 letters. And it's backwards. Much better. Basically, it is 2's prime, so we handle it immediately, and then if the number is divisible by I, it makes it 0. The number has a divisible, is divisible, so it is not a prime number. And then if we reach I is equal to num minus 1 without finding a divisor, otherwise we recursively trust that the test is divisible. Indivisible and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Did you just talk? Please. Give me a name. Rearrange the line symbol to JavaScript program that defines a recursive function which returns a string of asterisks of length n. The star should be added 1 by 1 recursively. For input 5, the output should be and I was reborn. I right? There we go. You only say the word go. Write a recursive function that reverses a given string. The function is to take a string as input and return a new string with the characters in reverse order. For example, if the input string is hello, function should return ole. I think that yes, Gina must have sent it. One more of these. Rearrange the code blocks to complete a function that checks if a number is prime. A prime number is greater than 1 and divisible by only by 1 in itself. Don't think that's right, but which means it's gonna be am I in the wrong order? Stretch. I had a feeling it was going to be a 4 with an if in it, but just wasn't entirely sure how it was going to work. Oops, I forgot to check it. There we go. Beautiful. Completed with recursion level 2. We have officially completed JavaScript. Minus that thing. I don't remember what that was, but I think it was just an issue with the thing, you know? So I think I'm gonna go to, I don't remember. Yeah, we're gonna go to Java. I will be back in just a we've got write a we're in basics level 1. Write a method that returns the area of a circle given the radius. Use the math.py from math class. Oh wait. Yep. That's a red gate. I know this keeps happening to me. And I have no idea how long this goes. That's pretty easy. Just math.py is radius. Math the pi times radius, which is maybe a circle. Well, alright, write a method public double square double x that computes the square of a parameter x. So it's just x times x. Beautiful. Back down. Alright, now we got write a method public int cube number that computes the cube of the parameter x. Also easy. I think that's just x times x times x. I need it to be saved. Oops, wrong button. What you gonna show me? Yep. Cubes is just x times x times 3. Itself times 3. Write a method that returns how much weight is on a car carrier trailer given the average weight of a car and number of cars on the trailer. Okay, I don't know why that's like that. Yeah. Beautiful. Times. One is ready to stop. On to the next target. Create a simple calculator that combines 4 numbers to determine the pre-tax amount of purchased items in a store. On to the next target. Have to kill. So I'm pretty sure this would just be. Hear me out. Yep. We're gonna have to find something else to watch. I just hit the end of it again, and I'm gonna have to give it a second before I go back. I'm gonna find myself quoting it even more. 99% of the lines are fucking memorable as hell. All right. Write a wow, that's a lot of words. Write a method that returns an integer value of the total number of address combinations there are for a randomly created street address, which could include a combination of numbers or maybe letters. The total number of addresses are based on how many digits or letter slots can be in an address, generally 1 to 6, and the number of values possible in each slot. Not all combinations are possible, so to estimate the number of combinations that will actually work, you should multiply the number of slots times the number of values. For example, an address may have 3 slots and 10 possible digits and possible letters N, S, E, or W for cardinal directions that would fill each slot, so the total number of combination of the addresses in this area would be 3 times 4 plus 10. That was a whole lot of words for nothing. I'm gonna get my gun. I don't have a line 6, bruh. Oops. Oh, I'm an idiot. Jesus. Write a method that returns an area of a triangle given the base times height. That's 1/2 times b times h, I believe. This is a practice. It didn't give me anything to do. Looks like the next few ones are practice, so we're just gonna go through those. Why do they have practice and practice? Alright. Whatever. Rearrange the lines of code to create a simple Java program that prints a greeting message to the console. Alright. Alright. Oh, Bibble. Rearrange the following codes that follow the lines of codes. Code to define a Java method that calculates the total number of cupcakes needed for a party. Beautiful. Write a sum that takes two integers as an input and wow. Imports always go first. Beautiful. Beautiful. And just like that, we're done with basic 1. Look at that. Dumb. I'm still dumb. Wow. I'm dumb. It was so easy and I just messed up everything. But that's okay. In this exercise, you are given a phrase and need to return the phrase in all capital letters. In this exercise, you are given a phrase. Return that phrase twice, separated by a space in the middle. Besides, you are given a word or phrase. Return true if that word is all capital, false if otherwise. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's all basic stuff. It kind of reminds me of the JavaScript stuff. Really, with a few extra little things. So as you're given an input string and a key, you should return true if the key exists in the index, false otherwise. Assume that both the string have a greater than 0. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. In this exercise, you are given an input string and a key. The key will be lowercase, but you need to return the index value where that key is found as an uppercase value. If it is not found, return -1. Beautiful. I did too much. Write a method that takes a name in the format first name, last name, and ensure the salutation. Blah blah. You can assume that they will always have two names with a space in between. You sucked before anything. Oh, that's funny. Beautiful. Alright, I think I'm going to finish this section and that'll be it for this video. Write a method emphasize that takes the text and returns as emphasized versions of it. You can by surrounding it with dibbity DVDs. Beautiful. Do do. I just moved that up. I'm just gonna skip that one. That one's arguing with me, and I'm not entirely sure why. You are analyzing a basketball player's free throw performance. The player takes a fixed number of free throws in practice action. Each throw is marked as either a make or miss. Write a function, count shots made, that takes shots representing the results. Jerome Salami, you know what I'm saying? I'll be room to Jerome ASF. Alright, that is the last lesson in strings level 1. We are done. Great successful start to Java. Coding language, reintroducing myself to it as well, so it's going to be a little bit. It's very similar to JavaScript though, so there's that. I guess we're just not loading. Maybe we'll. I just wanted to thank you. And next up we got Matt. I am going to pull it up right here. Just to check to see if we have any comments on the last videos or not. No comments. Alright, that means we officially done for the day. Thank you for anybody who stops in to watch this. And if any of this helped you, please go ahead and drop a like. If you have any questions like I did before, I'm going to make it commentable on the videos. So if you have any questions about any coding language, go ahead and ask that question, and I will work through it and try to explain it to the best of my abilities. To the best of my ability. And yeah, thank you for coming by. There are old clips now. I'm thinking about uploading new ones sooner or later for the Valorant gameplay and such. But yeah, Thank you for anybody stopping by, and have a good day, everyone.